Hey guys, I got all my colors out. You're going to use whatever colors you've got. Technically our broilers will usually have reds and browns. We're kind of doing a little abstract expressionist, kind of moving out of the norm like George Seurat did, right? Started that neo-impressionist movement with pointillism. Broke the boundaries. I like boundary breakers. I don't like people who just do the same old thing all the time. That's boring. Okay, you guys break boundaries as long as you're not breaking any rules, getting in trouble. Okay, so for our pointillism, to kind of mimic a paintbrush, we're not just going to do these tiny, 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 tiny little dots. Now, I think it's great if you have the patience to do that in some areas and the time. Why not? But to mimic a paintbrush, you kind of want to use a marker on its side, even if you don't have these little fine tip markers. You can see how I'm doing that, these little brush strokes, right? Kind of like he did. That's really more of what he did than the dot, 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 okay, which you'll normally see like on Pinterest and things like that. People do it with Q-tips. Of course, you could really do the same thing with Q-tips and paint, making these little bit larger strokes than going dot, dot, dot. That's really however you want to do it. It's always interesting to me. I hate that I didn't get to do this project with you guys in person because I love seeing my students who are normally like, I can't paint, I don't want to paint, can't draw. And then you just tell people to make dots and you guys just make it work. So just think about that. The next time you see something, you're like, man, I really like to draw. That's a cool car, that's a cool unicorn, whatever you like to do. Take the pointillism technique, the mark making, and apply it to what it is that you want to do, right? Okay, so hopefully you can kind of see how I did that with this particular color. Now, you know I'm big on balance, if you remember that vocabulary word. So we're going to take our balance with color, and I'm going to bring that same color kind of down here. So whatever colors it is that you are using, you don't want to just put them in one spot. A true painter is going to take that color and sneak it in a couple of other places, so that way when you're finished, the eye has different areas to rest, is what we call it, for that particular color. Nothing stands out too much so that we don't lose sight of the whole picture, if that makes sense, okay? So I got that color going on several places, putting a little up in the tail, wherever I kind of feel like it needs to be, okay? Reminds me of pixel art. Some of you guys have been doing some pixel art. That's great. You could try this with pixel art. It would be a great thing to try with some of those programs that you guys are doing really well with. And I'm so proud of y'all for that, because that's definitely going to be something that's a great job skill. It's a great life skill moving forward as you guys get older and turn into big people. If you don't have access to a computer and you want to try something like that, when you come back to school, you get your art teacher on board with that, get somebody to help you out. I think it's definitely important. Maybe when this mess is all over, you can go to the public library. I know they usually don't mind for you to try different programs like that. Okay, I'm going to do the feet. Obviously in this nice little orange color. I did one of my feet kind of too fat. Okay, again, balance, right? I want that color to be everywhere. Okay, you want to do a few little dots every now and then? Say go for it. You know, change it up. You definitely don't want to just make the same mark everywhere, same size. That's boring. Don't be boring. Okay? Nobody likes boring. Okay. I got this other little fabulous color here. You just keep changing up those colors. You're just going to take your time. You're going to go over this whole thing, filling it up. Slowly but surely. I chose to do these kind of reds and browns on his belly and his back, and then I did his little wing kind of in peach and navy. His head I did kind of pinky red. and his tail's got all different kinds of colors. Green, pink, red, peach. I just mixed it all up, okay? So I encourage you to just keep going, and just keep going, and keep going, and going, and going until you're full, like George Seurat, though. Don't lose sight of him. Let those darks and lights hit each other, okay? So if you're going to call orange a dark, then you're going to need to come back on side of him, that orange, with a lighter color, right? Because that's what gives pointillism its effect. Like Seurat said, right? Putting the darks and lights next to each other. If it looks a little fuzzy, that's okay. Remember, when we hold it up, it'll look even better. Okay, and you just keep going for it, friends, till you get all that negative space filled in.